What is going on? What is happening? What is the deal, man? You are back for another episode here of the Raider Rundown, man. And today, like we do every Wednesday, we are going to be previewing the Raiders' next game against the Washington Commanders, man. A lot of interesting news that then came out today about the other team, right? Some press conferences from Gino, Pete. How do we move forward? What's the key to victories? All little extras, man. So y'all already know what time it is, man. Make sure you guys are tapping in with that like button, with the subscribe button. But before we do all that, let's play this funky music and let's get the show started. What is going on? What is happening? And what is the deal, man? Like I said, you are back for another episode here of the Raider Rundown, man. For your regularly scheduled programming, make sure you guys are tapping on that like button, on that subscribe button if you're feeling what you're hearing. At the same time, man, it's your first time here. We are doing a giveaway. Soon as we hit 3K, man, we are going to be giving away a Geno Smith jersey. Look, now, last week was a rough week, right here. Very, very rough week. But this week, I feel like we might bounce back, man. We might bounce back, be smarter with the football, things of that nature, man. So still tap in. Either way, we trying to get to 3K. So make sure y'all tap in, man. We trying to do that for our third season. So appreciate everybody that is here in the building, man, and that will be showing up. As we continue, just to go ahead and let y'all know, man, y'all might see me. I might be looking down. I might be doing this. Y'all already know, man, all my regulars. You know, I got the man, the myth, the legend with me today. So if I got to get on my dad tip a little bit and I got to get on my dad thing, y'all already know what time it is. Just bear with me during the show. But, right, before we get everything started and do what we got to do and talk about some of this next week, y'all know what we got to do here, man. Got to give a shout out and some love to all my people, man. So let's start the show off with nice little roll call, man. Shout out to all my family in the chat, man. Sacktown, Raider Mike in the building. What's going on with you, big dog? Rick Rock, what up, Rick? Says salute to the Raider Rundown. Also salute to the Silver and Black Raider Nation family, man. Salute to everybody, man. Look, it's one game. You know what I mean? I know we are, and I had to come to this realization myself. It's one game, bro. I know, we're having PTSD of last year. The losing it irks us. But you take care of business this week. 2-1. Outlook is different, bro. So we got to move on, right? It's still a lot of season ahead. Dre for show in the building, man. What's going on with you, big dog? Appreciate you for being here as always. Mike Valley, what's going on, dog? He got his show after this, BTB, man. And right after this, 7 o'clock with my guy Trey. I believe they got Phil Jones on, man. So make sure you guys tap in right after this, as well as my guys at the Connection, man. Tap in with them. Boom, boom. Who else we got? Huey P. What's going on, Huey? Shout out to you. Appreciate you for being here. Bueno. What's going on, big dog? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Oh, I thought I couldn't hear that. Okay. Looking out. Who else we got, man? Alec M in the building, man. What's going on? To the Commanders. Exactly. My thoughts exactly, bro. We got to move on. Dominique 5, man. What's going on with you, bro? Appreciate you for being here, man. Who else we got, man? We got some more people tapping in. Make sure you guys, as I always say, tap in with the conversation, bro. The show don't move without y'all, and it's always good to talk ball with fellow like-minded individuals. So let's go ahead, man. Let's get this thing started. So as we all know, the Raiders took a tough L on Monday to the Chargers, right? But now we got to move on, right? We got to move on to the Commanders, and how we can beat them. So real quick before we get started, I got to get my little segment up. Y'all let me know, man, out of what's the one thing before we start, let me know in the comments, man, what y'all want to see improve from this year, right? What do you want to see improve from last week when we played the Chargers? What do you think the adjustment needs to be now that we're going into this next week? Me plain and simple, man, and as I kind of wait for y'all to see what y'all talking about, but y'all know We use Wednesday's show to kind of move on to this next week. Good, bad, and different. We use Wednesday's show to move on and look ahead. Already, man, adjustments got to be heavy this week. You got to, now that the book is out, that it looks like, okay, their running game's not that strong. Geno's ultra aggressive. They're gonna try. Teams are gonna throw some things at us now. The best way to combat that through the air, right? We got to be consistent running the football. That's just point blank simple. I mean, and that goes for the entirety of the rest of the season. We knew and we know what type of team this is. This is a run first team. What did everybody say when we first drafted Ashton Jeanty? Yeah, we're gonna be running the air out the football. We're running the air out, and so far in 2 games, it has seemed like we're trying to catch everybody off guard because everybody thought we were going to be a running team, right? They're like, oh, you know, we're going to run so much, we're just going to catch everybody off guard, throw all this play action at them, and they're not going to be ready. Week 1, it worked. 362. But we have to be able to be flexible and say, like, that's not going to work every week. Last week, we needed to be patient. Take the check downs. Let Ashton Jeanty continue to run the football, right? Because I thought there was a couple runs he had where I was, okay, he's getting in rhythm. I see it. I can feel it through the screen. He's getting in rhythm. And then we go away from it, right? We go away from it. Now, we'll talk about a little bit of that and what's going to happen this week. But we go away from the run, which I didn't think we needed to do so quickly last week. That's my number one adjustment, right? Number one adjustment is, even if the run game is slow starting off in the game, stick with it. Stick with it, because again, we talked about it on the show multiple times. Jeanty is a volume running back. What does that mean? He needs more carries to get stronger as the game continues. Let him touch the ball early, man. Even if it's nasty early, it is what it is. Because by the 4th quarter, this is when we want those long breaking gains. So that's my adjustment. That's all I got to say on that. But man, what y'all feeling, man? Tap in. What's the adjustments we got to make, man? Less turnovers. Immediate less turnover. Geno, I got to be just ultra smart with the football. I'd rather him be smart and safe, right, than put it in harm's way. I love the aggressiveness at times. I do. But, you know, certain games and don't call for it. Last week, it did not call for it at all. Huey, he says, we need to no more Parham. Need to fix this O-line, 100%. But then you look at the draft, what's the confidence level they have in Caleb Rogers? That's the question mark. We know Charles Grant is not playing, right? We know he's not going to play. So we're regulated. We're stuck with Parham. Unless somebody in the coaching staff has the cojones to finally say, like, nah, dog, you got to sit down. You got to sit down. But I don't see that happening. I just don't. I don't see them. It's been 3 regimes already with Parham, and he somehow, some way continues to find the Brandon Parker treatment, right? He just continues to be on the roster in the field, no matter how bad he plays. So look, I feel like they're just going to let this ride out, let Caleb Rogers develop in the background, as sad as it is. Because for me, I'm with you, Huey. I'd rather watch Caleb Rogers make these mistakes. 100%. I mean, he's a rookie. At least I can say, like, we can learn from that. I don't think Parham gonna learn from this. If he ain't learned to combat this weakness in 4 years, then when are we gonna learn it? I mean, I got people rationalizing to me that he needs to play on the right side. Parham needs to play right guard. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, what did Parham play last year? It's like, goddamn, dog, how many positions must we change this man until we understand he just ain't that good? That's just point facts. Simple and plain. He's just not that good. I'm with you, Huey. O-line, less turnovers. Yeah, and we should have JPJ back, and we'll talk because the injury report is out. So we will talk about it. But we should have JPJ back. I don't foresee him moving to center, though. As much as all of us want him to, I don't see Pete and them doing it. I see Pete sticking with this O-line, saying, hey, let's see how they gel. Let's see if they can work it out right together. That's how I see him doing it. I don't see this man changing that around, sadly enough. Use Jeanty more than 11 times. Fact. Kazo, man, in the building. Geno got to play better, 100%. 100%. He admitted that today too, which I like in the presser. He's like, well, I gotta play better, bro. Point and simple. So that's all it is. You know what I mean? I'm glad they're acknowledging that fact. Gino said, F the game plan, that 18-play drive is what we need to do all game, but Gino was going deep. There you go. And we talked about it on Tuesday, right? That 18-play drive was so crisp. It was so clean that it leads me to believe that was the actual game plan. On that 18-play drive, this is what we were supposed to be doing the entirety of the game. But for some reason, right, Gino said, hey, I'm going to show him today. Oh, he showed him all right. He showed him the football plenty. I'll tell you that right now. So, yeah, I'm with you, Huey. We got to take what the game dictates. You know what I mean? Like, against New England, okay, it was raining, but it dictated us to go down the field and do all these things. We don't know what the type of game is going to be against the Commanders, right? Sometimes it's going to be one of them games where Gino, it's all right, bro, sit on down. You have 180 yards passing total. That's fine. But if you tell me he had 180 yards, a tub, 0 interceptions, but Ashton Jeanty has a great game with over 100 yards and multiple touchdowns, I'm fine with that. That's how it's supposed to go. Dictate. Some weeks, Gino, you'll have your 300, right? And because we got to throw the ball. But as of right now, bro, we have to take that balance. We have to understand. I don't think right now, as a team, we're learning the balance. It's only week 2. We got to learn. And Pete is correct, bro. This is a young ass team. You got to take these lumps. Sacktown says, put JPJ back to center. Meredith to left guard. Parham right guard. Parham to the bench. Sacktown to the bench. There's just no more. I'm good, bro. I'm tired of giving all these players. And again, it's not like our opinions will change anything. But since I can voice my opinion, I'm tired of giving all these players 3rd, 4th, 5th chances. Nah, dog. Other organizations would have got his ass up out of here by now. I'm just keep it real. Winning organizations would have got his ass up out of there. That's what we got to start doing. Cutthroat. Fuck all that, bro. Well, I'm not in the business of just keeping somebody there because it can be the consistent thing. I'm not saying you're doing that, Sacktown, but I'm not in the business of keeping somebody there because it's the safe and consistent thing. Fuck that. No, sirree. It's time to shake things up. That's what it's time for. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then they subbed him out. Yeah, they did. They did. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But let me see. No more chicken Parham. Yeah, no more. I'm good, bro. Got a block to get the right. And this is the fact. Now, I do want to bring this up, and I kind of want to before we even talk about it. I do want to talk about the pressure that everybody gave Pete, or they gave Pete, Gino, Jeanty. You know what I mean? We had a pressure today, kind of saying the same thing we're saying, like, hey, it's time to move on. What do we see? Kind of wrapping, ending, closing remarks to last week, all the extra, right? Now, I got some mixed reviews off of what Jeanty said in his presser the other day or today. Got some very mixed reviews, but I want to hear from y'all. We're going to start right here, right? We're going to start right here, and I want to get you guys' opinion on what you feel this is. Now, I had some people say, well, I don't know why he's saying that, and he's not blocking right. And I had some people saying, well, he's 100% right. But y'all let me know here as we listen.
A little bit more. Do you like that? You're ready to take on a heavy load and going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you draft a guy like me to not give me, carries and touches, and I'm ready for the responsibility, and like I said, it's gonna start with me, and in the run game, and I got to continue to get better.
What's this Pete Ashton a little bit more? Are you after you had a second chance to kind of review things? What were some of the things you walked away from Monday night's game?
Yeah, I think we definitely could have been a little more disciplined, starting with myself. Just little things, going to proper communication on plays, going the right way, just little things that kind of messed up our momentum. So we didn't play our best. I mean, we really beat ourselves is what I feel like. And then, obviously, we got to just continue to get better in the run game. And that starts with me.
So, listening to that, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Y'all know me when it comes to this subject, this topic. I'm all over it. I ain't mad at him at all. I'm not mad at him at all for saying that. Wonder why? And I want to get you guys' opinions on this, but I'm not mad because let's acknowledge what this is, right? I don't want to sit here and we're all gonna play blase to what this actually is and what this means. Yes, you drafted this motherfucker 6 overall to give him the ball. 100%. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He needs the football, right? Now, I'm glad that we're acknowledging what it is and the pressure of which it is, right? Because we can't just sit here in naive land and say like, oh, you know, we'll get it started and it is what it is. And nah, bro, like, yeah, it's time to get it going. And of course that starts with getting the football. Now on the flip side of it, and I'm sure this is something that his coaches are internalizing and saying, but we'll say it here. In order for you to consistently be on the field and touch the football, you need to be able to be effective in all 3 phases of the game as a running back. And right now, he is only effective in 2 of them. That's it. And one of them is not really his fault. Because one of them is the actual running aspect of it, which requires 5 other men to do their jobs, which they're not doing, right? So we're not really the first one. It's iffy. It's here and there, right? The second job, he's doing pretty well as catching the football, right? Doing it pretty well. Really, running back has 4 jobs, but catching the football, he's doing that well. Third job, he's doing very shitty, right? He's doing as far as pass blocking, he's not doing that well. So that is why we see Zamir White and all the extra in there, because Zamir White is going to knock a fucking DN's heads off. That's what's going to happen. So as of right now, that's what everybody that, oh man, Zamir White, I don't know why he's in. You're going to see more Zamir White this week. You're going to see more because there's some matchups on the offensive line that the Commanders will try to take advantage of. We need blocking. Zamir White will be in there. So now we look, right? Running, average. That's mainly due to the O-line. But again, it's average right now. His pass catching, very good, right? We're good. I'm good with his pass catching. Pass blocking, trash right now. Not fumbling the football. He has yet to put the football on the ground, and that is the shit I'm on. So out of the 4 jobs of a running back, we're on like 2.5, right, that we're doing right. It's 2.5 where we're at. That's the score, right? So we got to get better in that. In the pass blocking area specifically, he has to get better. As far as the run game, that's a whole lot of intricacies that we can talk about him to get better and all the extra. It's a lot of details that we can talk about with the run game. But as far as what he can control himself, we can control effort. We can control aggressiveness in pass blocking. 100%, right? I'm sure everybody here has seen the viral clip of him just watching Geno get his fucking block knocked off, right? I'm sure we all have watched it. If not, I can pull it up. And this is not to again, this is no hatred. This is saying these are the things that must get better and be corrected. Have to for him to remain on the field. So the flip side of what he's saying, on one side, I 100% get his sentiment. Yes, you don't draft somebody 6 overall to give him just 11 touches. We all understand that. And that is 100% true. On the other flip side, with Chip Kelly, I'm not going to be mad at a coordinator that says, hey, your ass ain't blocking right. I can't put you in there. I'm not mad at that either. That's football. That's life. Give a fuck if you was drafted 6th, 16th, or 60th. If you are a running back and your ass ain't blocking, you goddamn right. Get on out. Sit on down next to me and let's figure it out. So that is all the flip side of it. I'm not mad at what he said at all. But now we just have to acknowledge that getting better and going forward has to actually produce on the field. That's all we are. Salute to everybody in the building, man. I see all the families starting to get thick in here, man. Starting to get crowded. Make sure y'all tapping on that like button on your way in, on your way out. But I appreciate everybody that is tapping in, man. Let's see. Exactly. We play too much. Deal with these guys swiftly and get them up out of here. Yep. It's too much of that. Oh, let's see if he develops in this and that. It's year 4, dog, with Parham. Let's get him on out of here. Mike says, got to earn that. Ain't no handouts over here. This is true. This is true. But as far as running the ball, you got to, they had to see that there's a rhythm there. You know what I mean? There's a rhythm there. That falls on, again, that's what I'm saying, the intricacies of the run game we could talk about all day. It could be a whole show about that. Whereas like Chip has to do a better job of recognizing when his running back has that rhythm and saying, all right, bro, he's running the ball well. Let's continue that. Right? O-line, opening hole, all the extra, bro. But 100% he has to earn the more reps by blocking. And we'll see. And we will see. Now, at this point, he better. If bro, like at this point, that Von Miller is, right? He's not all that great right now. And that's not saying he's not great ever, but I'm just like, he's older right now. You feel what I'm saying? He's not Von Miller. If he don't, we have a fucking problem. We have a problem. I expect to see better effort this week because that shit's on film. What he just did with Geno. That's on film. Everybody's seen it. So I expect to see better effort. If I do not see better effort in that pass blocking shit after what we just saw last week, again, y'all, and I'm framing it. I'm really giving it until week 5, right, for him to continue and get better at that aspect because I knew that was not going to be a good thing going in. But, like, if I don't see the effort improve, we're going to have a different conversation. Because it is, like, yeah, you can lose a rep to a fucking DN as a running back, sure. Like, that happens all the time. But your effort is what dictates motherfuckers getting on your ass or not. Right? And when I watch you just bump somebody with a soft shoulder and watch your quarterback get chased around, we have a problem. So yeah, that's your and that better be the first and last time I see some shit like that. First and last. Because that can't fly. It can't fly. I don't care if you're a Genty lover or you love him to death or whatever the fuck it is. That right there, what we saw, will not fly. Don't care what it is. So we'll see. But y'all let me know, man. Let me know how y'all feel. That teams are gonna send them. They're gonna send the DNs and say, hey, he's not blocking. Because we talked about this with Parham, right? DCs, D coordinators will look at 66 on our offensive line and say, he's a little weak. You know what I mean? He's a little weak. Who got some power in our D-line room? Yeah, get on 66. That's what they're going to say, right? So in that same breath, D coordinators will say, oh, well, number 2 don't really block that well. When he's in, bum rush his ass. Because when he's in, he don't really like to he won't stick his nose in there. That's what they're going to say. Bro, like y'all, some people may think I'm lying, dog. Like that is dead ass. And he will be exposed week after week after week. These people are too good. These coordinators are too smart. These players are too good for somebody to just be out there as a liability, dog. Like it's just not going to work. So that's, again, he's got to get better in that area, and he will. I expect improvement. I expect improvement from Genty. Rosetown in the building, man. He says, we need to see Laube instead of White. Pete and shit being conservative with Genty too much. Now, this is where I'm at. I want y'all, let's not focus on Zamir White carrying the football. Let's not focus on that. That's not the focus. And again, that's not why he's in, right? Zamir White's not in to say like, oh, Genty, you're not running the football well. We know why Zamir's in. Because he can pass block, bro. I mean, that's it. That's point blank simple. He can pass block better than Genty. He can pass block better than Laube. And right now, Raheem Mostert's not playing. So, like, out of all of our running backs, he's the best pass blocker. He has to play. That's what I'm trying to frame. There's no way Zamir can get 0 snaps. Because when it comes to dropping back, we have to put this motherfucker right here, bro, to give Geno time. There's no other way. You know, unless 2 dramatically improves in that area, like there's nobody else. You know what I mean? We have nobody else to take on that role. Now, as far as running the football, yes, right? Running the football, you got me, because I don't like Zamir White's vision either. The fact they got him kick returning and all the extra shit, like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? What are we doing? But can't really avoid him. We can't avoid him. You know what I mean? And then we run the risk of saying, like, well, when number 3's in the game, like, they're just going to pass the ball because everybody knows that he's a pass blocker, right? So then he has to get some type of carries to keep fucking defenses from being like, well, when 3's in the game, they're only throwing the ball. Like, bro, it's a balance we must walk right now with the running back room. And it's because, and it might rub some people the wrong way, it's because who we drafted right now is not a 3-down back. And that's why we're walking this tightrope. Say what you want. Anybody can say whatever they want, bro, but Jeanty right now, as it sits in week 2 of the season, is not a 3-down back. So at this point, we got to play Russian roulette with the goddamn running backs to figure out who's good at what. It's just where we are. That's just where we are. Then Mike says, what does QBs look like DB a starter? I feel you. Eric in the building, man. What's going on with you, big dog? Appreciate you. Rose Town, we need to get Jeanty more reps. That way he can get the game speed better. And this is the last thing I'll say about Jeanty after I read these comments. But there's one thing in my mind I feel, man. I feel it strongly, too. Parham is that weak link. Oh, yeah, we're going to see it again this week. I'm very certain. Death, taxes, and Parham getting his ass whooped by a power rusher. It happens yearly, year-round. Sam in the building, man. Salute rundown. Appreciate Geno testing downfield passes. But he has to take what they give him with checkdowns. Yes. Now, 100%, bro. I love the aggressive nature. I'm not mad at it because we ain't had a quarterback in a minute to be like, nah, I'm just gonna throw this motherfucker downfield. I love it. But we got to take the risk reward, bro. Got to take the risk reward. I know he said something about, running the table and shit. He crapped out. He bottomed out on Monday, dog. We can't just go from running the table to being broke and damn near homeless. You feel what I'm saying? In Vegas, that shit don't work. We gotta walk the line, bro. We gotta walk in between. Players have weaknesses, even star players. Example, teams love to run in Micah Parsons all day long. This is true. But as a running back, hey, top 10, dog. We talked about it so much. When you're drafted top 10, you either got to be so exponentially great at one of your 4 jobs, which fumbling, there's no excuse, right? I mean, you can't fumble. So you got to be so exponentially great at one of your 4 jobs that they can't take you off the field. If pass blocking is not one of your strong suits, you better be Barry Sanders or you better be Saquon Barkley. Because then at that point, well, I can't really take him off the field because I could throw him the ball. I can do this. I can do that. He's going to make hella people miss. But if you're not, then you got to be great at those other things. Got to be great at those other things. Nah, Dre, for sure. For sure. He rolled them dice. Geno rolls them dice. We got to figure out a way to combat that. Now, last thing I'll say about the Jeanty point, right? Last thing I will say about this. I know all of us want more carries, which I think he should be getting more carries. Jeanty's a running back where he needs like 20 plus. No cap. He needs 20 plus carries. But I believe there is a reason why we're not seeing him get more. To me, right, I think Pete knows that this offensive line is bad, and I think that he recognizes that they're not good right now, and he don't want to subject Jeanty to that punishment. Now, some of you can be like, well, that don't make no fucking sense. Really think about what I'm saying right here now. Really read the tea leaves on what Pete is saying about longevity when he talks about Jeanty, when he talks about his career and all the extra, right? Read them tea leaves. They want him to have a longer, they don't want his shelf life to be 5 years. Especially, again, yeah, I can give Jeanty 20 carries, but we see the way he runs. You cannot, as a running back, just run barreling your shoulder in the motherfuckers for 16 straight weeks. It's just not going, bro. His shoulder will literally fall off if he continues to do that. He cannot do that. That's why Pete and them is saying, well, shit, I love that, but we gotta save him from himself, damn near, right? And the punishment that he'll take because the offensive line is so shit that he has to make 5 people miss in the backfield and all the extra before he can get 4 yards. I think that's recognized right now. And I think that might be some of the reason why they're like, we're going to work him in slow. We're going to do that because, quote unquote, working him slow means we're going to get him more carries when the O-line continues to get their shit together. is what that means to me. So I could be wrong, but that's low-key where my brain is going, dog. We know, and the coaching staff knows that this O-line is not right. So I'm not going to subject my first round pick to this type of punishment until they get their shit together. And that's when he'll start to get more volume of carries. I might be wrong, but let's see how the year plays out. If the year plays out and the O-line starts to get better, now all of a sudden we got, oh shit, Jetsy had 17, 18, 25 carries today. Now all of a sudden it continues to grow. We kind of, we know what it was at that point. We know what it was. They're like, yeah, this offensive line is booty. And we ain't trying to get your boy fucked up. So that might be some of it too. So there's a little. Now, let's talk about Geno and what we need to do there as far as Geno Smith and him being better. Now, the focus today will kind of be on the offense. It will kind of be on the offense. Because to be honest with y'all, I'm pleased defensively. I'm pleased. Well, because I thought the defense was going to be utterly garbage. Like, utterly garbage. But look at it. 2 straight weeks, only 3 points in the second half. Like, they're playing their ass off right now. They playing their ass off. It wasn't for our offense being so anemic and just being just downright awful and putrid on Monday. We had opportunities to win that game because of the defense, because of what they were doing, right? So this will kind of be centric on the offense because that is where we need to win these games. Again, the money is on the offensive side of the football. The moves were made on the offensive side of football. Like, yeah, you gave Max a big contract, but other than that, everybody else is making fucking skittle money. So, you know what I mean? Like, on the offense, you high capital draft, acquired quarterback, highest paid offensive coordinator in the league. We got to win games with our offense being better than what they were. 9 points ain't going to cut it. Shit, even 20 points against the Patriots ain't going to cut it. Need more, right? Need more. So, and again, we frame that in everything we frame is talking about playoffs. If anybody up in here is talking about playoffs, you goddamn right. 20 points, 9 points, need more, right? And they have to start clicking sooner. So as far as Geno, he gave his press conference today, and he gave his thoughts on what he needs to do as far as the interceptions. Let's take a listen and see where Geno's mind is at after last week's game.
Type of quarterback that just flushed that game. It's kind of an unusual game for you, not up to your normal standards. Are you able to do that, or do you go back and watch it and learn from it? How do you kind of process and move on from a game like that?
No, I've got to learn from it. You know what I mean? This game's all about learning from your experiences, and this is a game again. I've had similar games in the past where things that the ball is bounced, in an unfortunate way, or decisions haven't. I make the best decision on a given play or the best throw. That's a part of the game, but you can never just say you can flush it. You got to learn from it, and so I'm gonna be super hard on myself, extremely hard on myself, because that's all I know. I'm gonna get better this week. I'm gonna find ways to get better from this film, and we'll be better as a team as well.
Yep. So again, I don't know if it's ultra, like his type of characteristics to throw 3 interceptions all the time. I look at Geno, he typically has a high completion percentage, typically is not throwing 3 interceptions every other game. I just think, bro, he came in so amped, so juiced at the start of this season to just be like, man, I'm going to show him. No, I mean, it's my, again, if anybody read that article with Jeremy Fowler, I don't know if it's Jeremy Fowler, whoever it was that the article came out with Geno, you can see his mindset, bro. He's aggressive. That's what he wants to show and portray. So I think he came in so juiced, so amped at the beginning of the season to show everybody like, oh, I'm the quarterback. This is mine. I can do this. That we're not being smart with the football either, right? We're being a little careless with the football. So I think, again, this show all about walking that line, walking that tightrope. We have to find the balance, especially this week, bro. Their Commanders' defense is going to look to bounce back. They got completely and utterly embarrassed against the Packers, right? They're going to want to bounce back. They're going to want to provide some pressure, and they're going to want to get to Geno and get some interceptions, get their confidence up. They got, some guys over there that are a little sticky, but he has to be smart with the football. As long as I really truly feel this, as long as our offense does not turn the ball over, there's a chance in every game. A chance in every. If the defense is going to play like how they're playing these first 2 weeks, there's a chance in every single game. We just have to capitalize on the moments. We have to capitalize on the moments that are given to us, and that's not what we did on Monday. And I love to see the correction. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man, and we'll talk about it on the rundown as we finish the show. But I'm pissed about last week. Pissed, right? It was disgusting. But I'm excited for this week. Why? Because this right here is gonna tell me, for better lack of words, bro, who's gonna hoe up or not. It's gonna tell me, right? Because these type of games right here, if I see we give that Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints performance where we're not crossing the 50-yard line, well, man, there's a bunch of cotton tissue on this goddamn wet cotton tissue on this team, if that's the case, right? We let that loss sink us a little bit. We're down in the dumps and all that. But if we come back and we show some fight, we show some grit, and we get out here and we do what we're supposed to do, now we feel a little better. This will tell me more. This game is going to tell me a lot, dog, about how the rest of this season will go. And we'll talk about that more. But let me see what y'all talking about. Yeah, I believe so too, Dre. I think Geno will be cool. I think he'll be all right. Yep. Everybody else on that defense, they ain't making out a goddamn thing. Not a thing. Sam, agree. Geno has to settle down and be smart with the ball. Yep. DJ in the building, man. He says, I agree. Week 3 and 4 will define the Raiders 100%. And we're gonna talk about it, man, at the end, because I really do think that this week it's gonna tell us everything, man. Hold on. Yeah, it's gonna tell us everything. That's gonna tell us everything we definitely need to know. So appreciate you for being here. Hope the wifey's good, man, because I know y'all expecting soon, man. So I hope everything good with y'all over there, man. Coach says, what Geno needs to understand, we drafted a QB round 1 next year. He's just a placeholder. Nah, I'm good. I'm going to be real, Coach. And I'm saving this for draft time. But remember how everybody was telling us last year or this past draft, like, oh, man, this QB class is way better this next year. Why draft one this year? This is why I don't listen to people, dog. Like, this is why I don't listen to other people. We have our own opinions here. Because it's like, everybody that's saying that is quiet as a church mouse now. Why? Because all the quarterbacks they was hyping up, so supposedly supposed to be part of this 26 class, is trash. They're all fucking ass. I knew what time it was when I had people hyping up Cade Klubnik as like the best quarterback of the class. We're in the weeds. We're too far in the weeds, right? Like I ain't gonna cap, bro. Anybody that's up in here is a Cal fan. The way it's going for us, I'll wait them 3 years to get that motherfucker from Cal. I will. I swear to God, dog. I will wait the 3 years to get him if that's the case. But other than that, right now, bro, this next year, no siree. They're all booty. They're all booty. Sam, can somebody get Genty some good cleats? you don't like the cleats, Sam? What's wrong with the cleats, man? What's wrong with the cleats? We can still win some games, but he ain't the one. Oh, I agree. I mean, we knew that already, though. I mean, a franchise quarterback is somebody here that's here for 8 to 10 years. You know what I mean? There ain't nobody 4 to 5. That's not franchise. No. And that's not to be disrespectful because he had a bad game or nothing like that. We talked about this already in the offseason. Like, a franchise quarterback is somebody that's 8 to 10 years. 4 to 5, you can be part, like, you're part of the organization's history. But, like, as far as the franchise quarterback, that's different. Like, woo, you know what I mean? That's different. Dominique says, yep, cool off this class and the next. Yeah, ain't nobody really out here. There's a couple dudes, like, here and there that's, like, okay, but ain't nobody really crazy. QB class is trash. Never bought into that shit. Yep. Yep. But some people they'll call you an idiot, Dominique. They'll do whatever, bro, because you don't want to conform to the thing. That's what it is. Never had good online. I saw somebody else say that before. This is the first time I've heard somebody say that. Which is true. It's different. I think that's where the philosophy's got to say, hey, Pete, sit the fuck down a little bit when it comes to this O-line and D-line shit. You know what I mean? When it comes to this O-line, D-line, let Spytek figure it out, dog. Look at what he just came from. Look at what Spytek built over there with the offensive line, with the defensive line. And this is why, I'm not really getting on Spytek because this is year one. He has there's so many things he can still do as far as this next offseason to build. So I'm not really with Spytek on that. The draft class kind of kills me a little bit right now, how they're using him. But as far as everything, I'm not super killing him. But look where he came from in Tampa. Look what he drafted in Tampa. Look what he secured. The offensive line, their offensive line is better than ours. D-line, for shit show, better than ours. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I think we will go ahead, and if you let Spytek do his job, we will get better in the trenches. But as far as Pete himself, this is correct, Dominique. He never has a strong offensive line. I'm putting my eggs in the Spytek basket and to say, all right, dog, you know what it looked like. You got Vita Vea. You got Kalijah Cansey on the D-line, right? You look on the offensive line, Tristan Wirfs, right? All these guys over there. Figure it out. Let them figure it. I'll let Spytek figure it out. As far as Pete, sit the hell down, dog, when it comes to the O-line shit. You got your son in here. We over here shuffling shit around. It don't look good. Sit on down. It's not for you right now, bro. It is not for you. So as far as that, man, Geno, I agree. I think Geno will bounce back. We'll do our thing. Now, let's go through the injury report, man. We got some guys. We got some very, very interesting news. So it's already been confirmed already. Confirmed it, with a little source mind too, as well. Jaden Daniels for sure. He's for sure going through some things with that knee. And it's gonna be tough to get him out there. Now they're already talking about, Friday, they'll see what he does and all the extra. But I'm already of the mindset, I don't think he's gonna be out there. I don't think he's gonna be out there on Friday. I don't know. Or I don't think he's gonna be out there on Sunday. I think with them, they're gonna take the precaution route, to be honest. I think they'll take the precaution route and say, nah, we got other games to win later on in the year. And week 3, we're gonna have to see what happens and toss it up. Right. So that's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at. It's very, very good source to let me know that, it's probably going to be tough this week for him to get out there. Now, in that mindset, we can now say, okay, we're about to face Marcus Mariota. Our old buddy, man, from not a while ago. So let me pull this up for y'all too. Winnable game, right? I ain't gonna cap. If you got Mariota, let's just call a spade, bro. We should, the way the defense is playing, the way we're balling on that side of the ball, we should be able to hold this team to some of the same yardage and point totals that we've been holding the other two. 20, 13. That's what I'm expecting. Because with Marcus Mariota out there, it's not going to be the same Commanders offense, right? Now, you let Mariota come out here and he looks like he's in Oregon again. Now we're going to have a fucking different conversation. But for right now, it looks like it's going to be that. Now, looking at us, right, Brock is still there, but he's limited. So he's going to play. Brock is going to play. Jeremy Chin with his pectoral, limited, but he's going to play probably. And the big one, JPJ is back, right? JPJ has returned. So that's what we needed, right? For them, the list is lengthy. You got John Bates, who did not part tight end. Noah Brown, he's a nice little slot for them, but he didn't part. The big one, Jaden Daniels with his knee, and again, it looks like he's not playing. I don't think he's playing. So that's huge. Zach Ertz, rest, he's a veteran. Von Miller's a veteran. Tunsil's a veteran, so they're all gonna rest. That's not. I expect all three of them to play. Trey Amos, shoulder limited. Brandon Coleman, a guard for them, limited. Jerry McNichols, running back for them, and the tight end for them, limited as well. So a lengthy list. But again, the big one, Jaden Daniels, looking like he will not play. Jaden Daniels looking like he will not play on Sunday. Huge news, right? Defense has to take advantage of that. So to me, Cliff Kingsbury will come with the runs. He'll come with the trickery, the misdirection, right? To try to combat the fact he doesn't have his quarterback or his normal quarterback in there to run the show. So that's where I'm at, man. Before we continue, man, gotta go ahead and give a shout out to my guy Beezy in the building. Salute my guy Beezy, man. Dominique, you right. When it comes to these backup QBs, I sweat. But here's another reason why I sit here and say this is gonna tell me everything. Is this same old Raider shit or not? Because when it comes to backup quarterbacks, we always give them the legacy game. This motherfucker goes back to his Heisman days. If this is the old Raider shit, right? Mariota gonna go back to the Heisman days. He gonna be high-stepping motherfuckers, throwing it all over the yard. This is why I say this is big, bro. Are we the same? Is this the same old shit? We'll see. We will see. He gonna look like we gonna make him look like Jaden. Yo, crazy enough. Hey, crazy enough, and I usually don't even, I don't never talk about playing days or nothing like that. But I funny enough, I found an article back in the day, man, and I didn't even realize this until today, that I think in Jaden Daniels' freshman year of high school, I played him. And I didn't even recognize that or feel that until earlier when I was like just thinking about shit. And I'm like, wait a minute. That did happen. That shit is crazy, bro. I done had a nice little list of people I've encountered over my football life that is either in the league, played against, whatever the case. But yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. When I saw that, I didn't even know. And then I go back and I really think, I'm like, yeah. Now, that motherfucker was nice back in the day, bro. High school, I saw it as a freshman, you saw it. I ain't gonna cap. As a freshman, you saw it with that motherfucker. So I am glad that he ain't playing Sunday. Now, of course, you don't wish no injury, but, he's a fucking problem, bro. He would have been a fucking problem. He's playing on Sunday. Now that he's not, or don't look like he is, it's a different game plan they're going to come with, bro. Different game plan. So, hey, with his own eyes. Real talk, running back in high school, huh? It's crazy. Most of like the good slot receivers, you know what I mean? The good slots, they do kind of play running back a little bit. They got that in their background, you know what I mean? You can kind of see it. So that is kind of funny. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Now talking about this defense, Marcus Mariota, how can we attack? Can we, and look, my boy Mike played against Anthony Barr and Michael Thomas. Now, minute ago. No, I'm fucking with you. Hey, bro, it's like, especially in California, bro. If you're in California, like, all DN. That's what I was about to say. Damn, Dominique. You must be hella young. What the fuck? But okay, I feel what you're saying now. Now I get you. Especially if you're in California, bro. In California, you're bound to encounter a couple people that you're gonna see like that you played with. You know what I mean? Especially with California. CJ Anderson, he's the only reason they won. I feel you. Hey, look, it's crazy, bro. When you look at it, he's like, damn, I played with this motherfucker. It's crazy, huh? When you get to look back at it. Hey, wasn't in our cards, but what is in our cards? Talk this football shit right here. That's in our cards. Get that money right here. But defensively, listen, we gotta attack him, bro. I want to see blitzes. I want to get him running for his life. Let's be real, bro. I want to get this man running for his life. He is not the same Mariota we all once knew and loved. It's not the same. Get him running for his life. Make him beat you, right? As far as the cornerbacks, man, like, I really hope that we're not sitting here doing the PG prevent. Doing the PG prevent and allowing just McLaurin and them to have legacy games with curls and outs all day. As crazy as this gonna sound, bro, I think we need to press up on these receivers, press up on Debo, press up on McLaurin. And the only reason I say that is not because I don't respect them as receivers. The timing with Mariota got to get thrown off. I want to force Mariota to have to make the perfect throw. He's got to make the perfect throw. So press up, get on him, right? Force the timing to be thrown off. Force him to have to make a play as far as Mariota goes. Because we know if you just allow them to, McLaurin will find the open zone. It's going to happen, right? Even Debo, they'll scheme him up to get the football and all the extra. Or Ertz as well. Ertz will find the open. He'll kill you if you allow him. Now, I am confident in the matchup of Jermaine Pratt and Zach Ertz. I am confident in that. I do like that. But if you allow them, they will just find open zones. They're too veteran, bro. They're too good. They'll find that and they'll kill you. So we gotta be better in that regard and get in their face, bro. If y'all noticed, and this is what gets on my fucking nerves sometimes with PG. I like PG, I really do, but it gets on my nerves. If y'all noticed, right? Yeah. Oh my God, Quentin Johnston. He had such a great game. Everybody's talking about that, right? But look, dog, when we was pressing him, y'all tell me what happened. When we got in Quentin Johnston's face, what did he do? He didn't do shit at all, right? When we was in him, when we was in his shit and we was jamming him at the line, dog, the motherfucker did nothing. No catches. But when we finally gave him a free release and he's able to run this fucking bullshit post corner where nobody's touching him, what does he do? He ends up getting all this yardage, right? That makes the bulk of his yardage of that 79, whatever the hell he had the other night. He only had 3 catches. If you really think about it, Johnston only had 3 catches. He didn't do shit. Nobody killed us for real. But it's when you allow them to just run scot-free, not putting no hands on nobody, is when we start fucking up our communication and shit as a defense. So it's like, get out of that. Play, bro, be aggressive. It is what it is, bro. Play into the nature. If we lose, we lose. It is what it is, dog. What Young Thug say? Whoop-dee-doo. Right? Press up on these motherfuckers. If we lose, whoop-dee-doo. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? But we're going to go down with the ship being aggressive, though. That's all I know. I'm not going to allow a motherfucker to dink and dunk me down the field, especially Marcus Mariota. No siree. So let's get to it. I want to press on these motherfuckers, bro. I want to get in their face. They don't have a run game at all. You know, they really do not. And like, as of right now, no running back scares me. Prayers up to Austin Eckler. He got hurt the other night, right? So their main back just got hurt. Now, the Krosky Merritt is pretty nice for them. He is pretty nice. I do like him as a rookie running back. But their O-line is dog water. I mean, I think we do not have the Packers D-line, but we saw it last week. That Packers D-line did whatever the hell they chose to do against that offensive line. Now, you know, they have a couple more hogs on our D-line than we do, for sure. But still, that's not the first time I saw that either. Week 1 against the Giants, they struggled as well. The Commanders, the only reason kind of the Commanders beat the Giants is because the Giants were anemic that weekend on offense. They didn't do shit, right? So against the Giants as well, that O-line struggled against their D-line, struggled against the Packers D-line. So far in 2 games, I can say this about our defense. Yes, our pass rush leaves a lot to be desired. But I can say this about the defense, and we call this in the spring and all the extra. We're a damn good run defense, though. We can have our gripes about the pass rush and all this, but we are a damn good run defense. I can take that to the bank. So this would be good. They can't run the ball. We can already make them one-dimensional. It's about how often can we get to Mariota? How often can we make this motherfucker uncomfortable? And that's where I'm at. Mike, I double dog dare him to put that right tackle one-on-one with Matt. Exactly. How often can we get to them, dog? And there's some players, when we get to the rundown, we're going to have to talk about. There's some players that I ain't felt them. I don't feel them through the screen. Where are they as far as our defense? And I think y'all can surmise who we talking about. Couple players. Where are you? You know what I'm saying? We got to pull out the milk carton in a minute for some guys. So I need to see it this week. Need to see it. Alex Raider in the building, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. Says, shit, we need O-line bad. No matter the results, by the end of the season, go after linemen. Oh, we've been said it. This channel here, if anybody's it's going to turn into an O-line and D-line channel come draft time. That's all I want. I don't want nothing else. Don't give me no skill, nothing. When it comes to draft, when it comes to free agency, that's all we require. Just get us trench talent. That's all I want. We can figure out that other fancy shit later with a receiver and all that. We can figure that out. But the trenches, get that shit solved. Another edge as well. Because so far, the experiment with one of our edges, I'm close. I'm giving it till week 5. And we'll talk about it. But one of our edges, the experiment with, I'm low-key done. I'm getting there. But we'll see. 100% DJ. And we talking about Johnson, not a damn thing. Press up on him, not a damn thing. I feel the same way about Debo right now. Press up on his ass. What release package does he have? Let's keep that beam. Debo, as far as Debo, he ain't got no release package. Terry McLaurin's a different story. I mean, you got to respect that. Josh said, rundown, you heard Brady had 20 minutes with the team. Reports say he went off but kept in-house. Good. Because that shit's embarrassing. They just showed this man all over the broadcast and all the extra, and we getting our ass whooped like this. Nope. Not on my watch. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody gotta hold motherfuckers accountable. Dre said, got to make teams one-dimensional. 100%. Loon in the building, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, shout out to you, bro. I saw that pool party you had. Very dope, man. Everybody that tuned in or tapped in with Loon, man. Hope y'all had a good time, man. That was dope to see you pull that off for sure. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Alex says, Coons and Tyree, step the fuck up. Talk to me. Where are they? I don't feel them. You know who I want to draft. I feel you. But there is a Miami D lineman right now that I have my eyes on. Oh, hey, man. Ooh-wee. What's his name? Ruben Bain? Hey, dog, if y'all ain't had a chance to go watch you some Ruben Bain from Miami, that's a motherfucker I want. Probably ain't going to get him because the way he playing, he's going to be up there. But that boy, oh, boy. If we can get something like that in the draft, I'm sitting pretty. And we knew that. He's going against Joe Alt, but this is the problem, bro. You know, if we can't get nothing on the other side, that's what the money is dictating, right? His money, as far as Kuntz, dictates that he can make something happen opposite Max. And we couldn't do it. Hey, we got another one. Appreciate you, Alex Raider, man. You are now part of the giveaway that we got on the channel once we hit the 3K, man. So appreciate you for hitting that sub button. Thank you. I'm glad Brady is here. When he speaks, players listen. Facts, Ja. Facts. Sam says, my nephew is left tackle on Miami. Hope we draft him, but he's going top 5. Me too. Now, I don't think we'll draft him because, you know, we don't need no left tackle. We don't need no left tackle. But, hey, congratulations to him, man. Doing his thing. Miami's having a nice little season. If you really out there with your nephew in Miami, hey, tap in with that Ruben Bain, goddammit. Put the bug in his ear now. All right, you be ready to wear that silver and black, goddammit, when it comes spring. Because we need D-line help bad. So, yeah, we didn't ran it down. We didn't talked about this, that, and the other. We didn't did all that as far as what we need to do. But let's go ahead and wrap this show off with a nice little silver and black bow, right? And man, it's crazy, bro. That's how I know this is my son. My boy listen to football all day and just fall right asleep. Shit crazy. But let's go ahead, man. Let's wrap this show up. Get ready to wrap this thing up. I appreciate everybody that is in here. But the way that we do end up wrapping the shows, if you are new here, we do it in the form of the rundown, man. That's where we wrap it up. Like I said, a nice little silver and black bow. And we go ahead and talk about our keys to victory, what the game means, and all the extra. Let's start off with the keys, right? Let's start off with our offensive keys, and how we can go ahead and do what we got to do as far as exploiting them. Offense, right? I think we talked about it at length. Give me a second. I think we talked about it at length. We have to take what the defense gives us. As far as the quarterback position, we can't be greedy, right? We said aggressive all day, and that's the word that even Gino and Pete used, but the real word is greedy, right? We cannot be greedy with the football in these deep shots. Yes, we want to be an explosive offense. Yes, we want to shoot, throw the ball downfield and do all this and that and throw it to Dante and look sexy doing it. What they say chicks dig. If y'all play football and y'all been around football, y'all know what the chicks dig when it comes to football. But not all the time. Not all the time. We don't need to do it all the time. We talked about it earlier in the week, right? It's like a shooter in basketball. You see the three-pointer ain't working. The three-pointer is not working, dog. You got to go in for some layups. You got to take it to the basket. You can't just fuck around and just say, I'm going to be Steph Curry all day if it's not going in. You know what I mean? We have to take it to the basket, get the free throws, get the layups. And then once our rhythm is there, let's take more three-pointers. It all equates, right? So as far as Gino, he has to go ahead and do that, right? Take what the defense gives. Don't be greedy. Be smart with it. Take the underneath at times. Let Dante run with the football more, right? Underneath. Let Jacoby run with the football. Let Bowers do what he does underneath. Get the ball in Genty's hands in the pass game, and sometimes check the ball down. Okay, so as far as that, as far as that, that's an easy fix, right? We're not sitting here saying all the extra. That's easy to fix as long as he does those corrections. So I'm not super worried. Not super worried offensively. Next, we have to, at this point, the offensive line are what they are, right? They are what they are. So at this point, it's about sticking to the run game to me. Stick to it, right? We can't just say, oh, man, it's not working on run 8. We only have this amount of yardage and we got to move. No, bro. It's about getting Genty volume, getting him carries. So that way, in the fourth quarter, we say, oh, man, look at that 15-yard run. These motherfuckers look tired out there. Run them again. That's what we can say. So volume is the word I'm going to use when it comes to the run game. It's not about, at this point, the offensive line, we're stuck with it. If they get better, so be it, right? But right now, it's about volume. Get him the ball more, right? So that's there. I didn't talk about this earlier, but we'll talk about it right now. Jack Best needs to be on the field. Fuck all the bull. Fuck whatever they got going on in the background. I do not care. Unless, again, he does not know what the hell he's doing. If Jack Best don't know what he's doing and he's completely and utterly lost, yeah, get him out. He can't play. But every time he's been in, I've seen him make a catch. I've seen him be open. I don't know what's going on there, bro, but just from the simple standpoint of drafting, your second-round pick is not getting no tick. He's getting no time. I refuse. I don't give a fuck who it is, who I have to debate. It could be a player himself. I refuse to believe until I see it for my own eyes that Alex Bachman is better than Jack Best. Refuse to believe it. I won't sit here and accept that. So whatever needs to happen with Jack Best in the background, bro, needs to happen because there needs to be another outlet out there when we got the type of game that we have on Monday, right? When we had that type of game, right? We're seeing it's a physical game. These corners are big. They're all pressed up. Right now, it's okay to take Trey Tucker out a couple times and put Jack Best in because Jack Best is better physically for this matchup. Or Thornton. Take Thornton out. Put Jack Best in. Let's get the combination of Jacoby Myers, Jack Best, Bowers on the field. Now we got physicality to match. But as it goes right now, we're one of the few teams that's not using their second-round pick at all. That has to change, bro. I don't care what they got going on in the background. I don't give a fuck what it is, bro. He got to play. He has to play. Or somebody got to come out this bitch and admit that they fucked up as far as that draft pick. So there's that, right? There is that. He has to play. Next, as far as offensively, this is a plain and simple. Plain and simple. Offensive line, they got to check nuts. It's time to check nuts. Say what you want, bro. This game is very important for certain members of the offensive line. Very important. Realistically, we know what Colton is. DJ Glaze has the opportunity to sit down and say there's really no competition his way, so he's safe for now. But the whole interior, it's time to get busy. It's time to get busy because JPJ, it's time to have a better game than you did week 1. We'll see what that looks like now that you had a week to see and rest and look what that is. Meredith, you on the clock. Them snaps are terrible. Point blank, period. Snaps are garbage. There's only so many times we can play these teams where Geno is having to fucking and do all that all over the field with these snaps. Get that shit in the middle, man. It's what you're getting paid to do, right? They made the switch for a reason. So if the switch is going to pay off, he's got to get them snaps right. Got to get the snaps right, or it's going to bite us in the ass at some point. Y'all remember Kansas City last year. Y'all remember the Chiefs last year. If Meredith don't get them snaps right, expect more of that. Mark my fucking words. Mark my words. If Meredith don't get them snaps right, expect more of what we saw last year in Kansas City. Snaps being fucked up all over the place. So he's got to continue to get that better. Like we said, JPJ, we'll see. Left guard. Clock's ticking. Clock's ticking, right? I'm at a point now because I know they're not going to, if they're not going to make a change, right, with the left guard and 6'6", we at a point now, bro, we're going to have to do a game countdown. How many games left that we have to watch 66 on the field? How many games until we can be free of that? Because as of right now, it looks like we just got to wait until the contract and the ink run dry for him to just be like, hey, thank you for your service. Get on out of here. You know what I mean? Appreciate you being a Raider for all these years. Hope good luck on your journey. That's what it's going to be. And it looks like we waiting until the ink run dry. So if they, again, I don't know how you can be Pete and preach competition and watch him get his ass kicked week in and week out. Clock's ticking for me. For me, until we sit on this motherfucker and we gonna put a countdown. 13 more games of Parham until we're free. So the eyes are there, man. We are there. The binoculars are out on Sunday for certain members of that offensive line. And as far just blocking in general, we hold up last Monday. We bitched up. We did. We let them come in here and out-physical us and push our quarterback to the ground 10 seconds after he throws the ball, step over our quarterback, do all the hit us in the face, and we didn't do shit. We were soft on Sunday. We were soft on Monday. Hella soft. Our first overall running back putting soft-ass shoulders into people and just watching our quarterback run for his life. Soft, right? Who gonna check nuts on Sunday, right? Who gonna check nuts? And we'll talk about that a little bit more. Save that. But that's a little bit for the offensive line. That's for the offensive line. Now, talk a little bit about defensive keys, right? What's the defensive keys? What do we need to do on the defensive side of the ball? Honestly, this is where I get happy, right? I get happy because the defense over two weeks have done their job. We need to apply that pressure. Continue to apply that pressure. Now, let's really get into it. As far as getting to the quarterback right now, we all see it has to be with the blitz. We have to blitz right now to get pressure, which is fine, but then that leaves us vulnerable in the back end. We're very vulnerable in the back end. So, especially with Zach Ertz and all these mothers, like how they like to use the middle of the field, they will try to exploit that. So this week, by hook or crook, we got to try to get some pressure with 4. But as of right now, I think somebody talked about it, and we're going to put it right now, dog. The milk carton. We're going to have to put the milk carton. Where in the hell is Malcolm Koonce? Where is he? Where? I'm not even impressed by week 1. Week 1 didn't impress me. I saw nothing. No plays made. And I'm not just talking about in the past game either. See, some of y'all, and not even y'all in the chat, but some fans get it twisted. Like we just is supposed to expect one thing. Hey, what do we know the type of money that Malcolm Koonce wants. He wants big money, do we not? Okay, if you want big money, you got to be doing something, right? Your bread and butter. Look at Micah Parsons, right? Let's put in Micah Parsons. Everybody says like Micah Parsons is not that great of a run defender, which is probably that true, right? It's probably true. But what is he? What is he really good at, though? Why did he just get this type of contract? Because this motherfucker can rush the passer like no other. If you're a DN and you're not going to play the run consistently, you at least got to provide me some pressure. At least. Now, as far as Koonce, like he's done okay versus the run, but we know that's not his bread and butter. He's getting paid, or we kept him around to be that pass rusher, and I ain't felt him at all. Nothing, right? Yeah, that's Joe Alt last week. Sure, that's Joe Alt. You can get me. That was fucking Will Campbell week 1. That was Will Campbell week 1. A rookie, a rook. And I didn't feel you until the fourth quarter. Come on now. Come on now. I didn't even know Malcolm Koonce was on the field at times on Monday. That's how bad it's been. So, and that first step, y'all can let me know if I'm tripping. Where's the first step? I'm used to Koonce being the first motherfucker off the line. The first one. Now, a little slow. A little slow. So right now, hey dog, he needs to perform better. No ifs, ands, or buts. He needs to perform better. Tyree, we got excited week 1. Didn't feel him at all last week. Didn't feel him at all. So are we just going to get that inconsistency? Now, against the run, he's not bad. Like, again, we're a pretty good run defense. So against the run, Tyree is actually, he's doing his job there, right? Tyree is doing his job there. But it all stems from the fact that we all know as a front four, just applying pressure as 4, we're not going to do that. We're just not going to do that right now. We're not strong in that area. We have to try to bring these blitzes and all the extra. So in doing that, we gotta walk around and get to Mariota, man. We got to get him on the field. If that's the case, bro, if that's the case, then we have to get him on. We have to get him off the field as far as Mariota and have him running for his life. We have to play into that. We can't just continue. We can't just continue to see like, hey, let's hope that the light turns on and somebody ends up figuring it out. No, at this point right now, they have, like, everybody else besides Max has not figured out how to win one-on-one. So we have to combat that. Now, I heard some people talking about Max Crosby. Oh, he's not doing shit. He's not doing this. See, this is where, the litmus test comes. We all understand. We reverted back to like 2-3 years ago to this Raiders defense. That's what it is. That's what we're back to square one because we have not replaced that talent of Christian Wilkins. So remember how it was before we signed Wilkins, where we were all like, man, we need an interior guy. We need more pressure opposite Max. Like, it's just fucking Max in the gang. Like, that's what it is now. Max in the gang, right? He's the only motherfucker getting pressure, bro. Clear as day, he's getting like double and triple teamed over there on the right. It's clear as day. They are daring the other gentleman on the line to win. They're daring everybody else to win, bro, and nobody's doing it. So that's the issue I have, right? Where offensive coordinators are like, well, I dare Adam Butler, I dare Booker, I dare Malcolm Koonce, Tyree Wilson, all of them. Go ahead and win one-on-one. Do it. See what happens. Let's see if you can. Them motherfuckers can't do it. Only way that they can really do it is if, like, we get stunts and we run games up front. And then I'm like, oh, okay, now we can get some pressure because we just ran a game. But that only, as you saw, Luwalu got his sack and all that. But that only happens so far, few between. It's not going to happen all game. Certain points in the game, you got to be like, well, are you going to win or not? And so there we are. Thanks to Diddy Wilkins. Yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. We have not replaced that talent. Remember, there were so many people that came out here, threw the pom-poms on, and was like, well, we got Tonka, we got JJ Pegues. Both them motherfuckers was inactive on Monday. Both of them. So where is this talent, right? We talked about it all the time, man. If you told me we drafted a first-round DT, yes, sir. You goddamn right. You know what I mean? Let's get out there. We got talent. Second round even. Sure. But these are 5th and 6th DTs. We talk about it all the time, bro. Like, expecting shit from 5th round and 6th round DTs. That's far few between. Far few between. So we can't expect that shit. We just can't, right? And now we're at Adam Butler is being asked to be a role that he's never had to be in his career, right? We even break it down here. Adam Butler is used to being Thomas Booker. He's used to being Robin. You know what I mean? Christian Wilkins was Batman, but we used Adam Butler. He's the setup man. He's the Robin, right? That's what he was. Now it's different, right? Robin got to turn into fucking Batman. You remember any of my comic book and my nerd friends up in here? Y'all remember the story, the issue of when Nightwing had to fuck around and take over for Batman, right? Everybody knew something's off. You know what I mean? Something's off. Batman ain't right. Batman ain't his normal self, right? And then it come to find out, right? Oh yeah, Robin, Nightwing, he took over for Batman. Batman's missing. Batman now all of a sudden it's like, well, where is he? You know what I mean? And everybody can tell Batman is not the same. This is how it is here. Nightwing then took over for Batman. That's what Adam Butler has to take over, bro. He has to be Christian Wilkins, which he's never been in his career. He's never been that. And now we're asking Thomas Booker, who just came off the Eagles bench, to be Adam Butler, which in turn, he's never been. So here we are, right? Here we are. So we gotta figure this shit out as far as defensive line to get pressure. And the sad reality is it's only going to come in the form of blitzes, which leaves us vulnerable. Now, linebackers ain't been bad so far, but we've been playing our ass off in the linebacker unit. Jermaine Pratt should have had a pick six if the motherfucker didn't have bricks for hands. if he didn't have bricks for hands, Jermaine would have a pick six. But he's played his ass off, bro. He has played his ass off. So shout out to him. Our guy Jamal Adams played his ass off, doing his thing. Elandon Roberts, I loved what he's done in the run game, which we've expected, right? Even Devin White to a degree. Now, Devin White got, he got shook out his socks by Justin Herbert the other night. But other than that, there's nothing more I can really say about Devin White. He hasn't really done anything where I'm like, oh, fuck, man, Devin White's trash and he's this, he's that. No, all the linebackers have really performed pretty well, which is why I'm kind of confident in certain matchups that we have, like with Zach Ertz and Jermaine Pratt and Jamal Adams and all that. Like, I'm very confident in them being able to cover Zach Ertz. I'm confident in that, right? So hopefully that doesn't kill us over the middle of the field, but the person that will is Terry McLaurin. That's who will. And y'all let me know, bro. I don't know, but I really feel like on Monday, the big plays that came in the secondary, I feel like Stokes could have been stickier. And Polamalu was bad. That's my guy, man. But it was a rough one on Monday, bro. He was bad on Monday. But even so with that, I still feel like the results of the big plays came because we weren't getting to Herbert quickly enough. I mean, even the touchdown to Keenan Allen, right? We crashed the pocket. We're in there, but we don't get him on the ground. Then he's able to fucking run around and find somebody in the back of the end zone and shit. When realistically, you got to get him initially. You can't let these running quarterbacks find space outside the pocket. They're going to kill you every time. Because even if you do have a spy, bro, you put that spy in a precarious position because you don't know if this motherfucker's going to throw or run the football or not. So he's pretty much nullified by a running quarterback until that quarterback makes his decision. So it all stems back to the defensive line, bro. You got to get the quarterback on the ground. You can't just allow him to run around and shit. Our secondary is not sticky enough for somebody to just run around and find somebody in the back of the fucking end zone. So again, that's where my mind goes, bro. We gave up some plays, but most of the big plays and chunk yardage we gave up is because the quarterback got all day to just open. You know what I mean? He's got all day to do that shit. It happened in week 1 too. Boutte went for 100 yards because in certain times Drake May was sitting back there doing his fucking taxes, making a sandwich, right? So it's we can't, with Marcus Mariota especially, I don't want to see that. And I'm not sitting here saying he's going to kill us or tear us apart. No, it's going to piss me off that we're letting Marcus Mariota dime us out. That's what's going to make me mad. So it all goes back to applying pressure. Linebackers, I feel are going to do their thing. Again, we're a good run defense. But the secondary, as we all, we're all kind of worried about, they got to get helped by the pass rush, man. The pass rush got to help out the secondary, bro. Now, the surprise of it all, Blue Kelly has played his ass off. I mean, dog. He's a surprise to me. Very surprising. I like what I see, 100%. Stokes, on the other hand, he's iffy. He's so. He's kind of get his shit together a little bit. But Blue Kelly has been a surprise. Chin has been steady. I'm not too mad at Chin. He had his little fuck up week 1, but other than that, I like Chin. He had a nice little pass breakup the other day on Monday. So I fuck with what Chin's doing. Palomar, man, like I said, it was a rough one. That shit was rough. That was one of his worst games I've seen him play. Now, I don't know if DJ's still in here, but this is something that I know DJ and I have talked about, and I know I've talked about with a number of other people. Palomar, as far as a safety, I like him. Strong safety. He's always been that. This is his first year playing free safety. Free safety, strong safety, completely different things. And everybody that was with me during the spring, before the season started, if you was watching the content before that, we talked about this at length with Palomar and him not being a free safety. We talked about this with multiple different people. Matt Holder, right? Marcus Johnson, even our guy Mo. We done talked about this at length. It showed its ugly head on Monday, right? Where it's like that is the learning curve and the growing pains of him being a first-time free safety, right? Because being a free safety, bro, you got to be rangy, right? You got to be rangy. So, shout out to John in the building, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. Gotta be rangy, bro. Facts. I'm with you. But I'm not listening to no motherfucker that look like he got gargoyle wings on his shoulders, bro. Keenan Allen can miss me. he can miss me. But other than that, though, for sure, yeah. I mean, he's got to be rangy, bro. He wasn't rangy enough on Monday. So he's got to be better there. He has got to be better there. Other than that, the secondary hasn't been terrible. They haven't been terrible. I think they can get helped by the pass rush a little more. They can get helped by the pass rush a little more. But to end it on out, man, those are offense, defensive keys. To end it out here, this is it. Big game. Huge game. Even bigger than last week, in my opinion. This is even bigger than last week. Why? This is going to tell us what the season will be. How do we bounce back? Do we tuck tail? You know what I mean? We kind of got out physical last Monday. You know what I mean? They came in, they put their feet on our couch, and we did nothing. You know what I mean? Like I said, that you had somebody hit your quarterback late, you do nothing. You give somebody a soft shoulder, and he just continues to chase your quarterback down and take his head off. We do nothing, right? Offensive line, cookies taken. There are times, bro, where we could have been tougher as a unit, and I want to see how we respond. Our toughness got challenged on Monday. It got challenged. Physicality got challenged. So how do we bounce back from that? Again, do we tuck tail? I'm watching. I want to see which players on here tuck tail. Because you want to know why? That's probably what SpyTech. I hope that's what SpyTech is doing. If anybody has watched the Cowboys documentary, I implore you to go watch that because it was actually fire. But there's a scene where Michael Irvin says he goes up to Jimmy Johnson and he has a list of people that says these must go. They ain't dedicated. That's where I'm at on Monday because this is a new regime. Who gonna tuck tail and hoe up and do the same thing? Because guess what? There's nobody here that can say anything about what they've done the past couple years because guess what? As Raider fans, Raider teams, these are the type of games right here we bitch up and lose. We get out physical. Now all of a sudden we can't pass the 50-yard line. We can't do this and that. And some of the players that were part of those games are still here today. Tell me I'm lying. Some of them players that are part of some of them embarrassing ass performances over the past couple years are still playing today. Or they still got jobs and money from the Raiders today. So guess what? Those are the ones I'm looking at because a common denominator got to come somewhere. A common denominator got to come somewhere. And there's only so much we can take before we get to looking at certain players and be like, well, wait a minute. You've been here for 4 straight years. And these things continue to occur on your watch. Well, we got to get somebody else in here that got more pride in them. You know what I'm saying? We got to get somebody else that got more pride in them to say, well, I'm not doing that whole ass shit. I'm not. And there are certain players that have accepted it. So I'm going to be watching closely. Who's going to accept that? Right? Oh, and what Genty said at the beginning of the show is 100% true. We beat ourselves. We did. As good as the Chargers played, whatever the case, bro, how much y'all know in here, we all watched the game. How many opportunities did they give us at the end of that game? That they just say, here, take it. Take the win. We didn't capitalize. We didn't capitalize. So I want to see that. How do we capitalize? And this is mainly offensively. Mainly the shit I'm talking about is offensively, because as far as defensively, I ain't seen none of that soft shit. I ain't seen it. I see fight. I see dog on defensively. I do see that. There are problems on the defense for sure, but those are problems that we knew coming in. So it's like, you know, how much can we complain about shit that we already know? You know, so I'm not really, most of this shit is about the offense because, again, money's there, talent's there. Let's get busy. You feel what I'm saying? So this is a very important game. We're 2-1. Y'all realize that after this, right? 2-1. If we win this game, playing a struggling Bears team at home after this. So as shitty as it felt on Monday, it's all in front of us, dog. It's all in front of us. We can't. This is where I'm at. I don't want to get to November. And now we're looking at playoff seeding and this. And we're like, fuck, we shouldn't have lost that game to fucking Marcus Mariota. Because it happens every year. Every year we say the same shit. Oh, man, if only we wouldn't have lost that game earlier in the year, we'd be in the playoff hunt. If only we wouldn't have did that. How's it going to change, Pete? What we doing? Everybody says this is a different regime. Playoffs even. This is the test right here. This is going to show. So I'm excited. I'm excited because I love when backs are against the wall because I get to see who the fuck really want to go to war or not. You feel what I'm saying? Who really want to do this or not? Because we've been so bad for so long, it ain't no time to be going into war with motherfuckers that's soft. It's no time. If we trying to get better and we trying to get better now and quickly, then we got to purge some of these motherfuckers out of here and figure out who really down for the cause or not. So we're going to find that out on Sunday. Next time we talk, next time you see Rundown after the game, right? We going to have, it's going to be real conversations had, right? And I hope that the conversations that we have on Monday after the game are positive. And we could come out here and say, that's what we want to see, right? That's what I'm hoping for. And that's what's going to tell me what type of team we have, and it's going to tell me quickly. Giant in the building, man. TP Wade, the Giant. This is the first time I've seen you this week in here, but please take care of Washington this week. We got you. Don't worry. Hey, look, we're going to scratch your back. You scratch ours on Sunday night. All right. I know a lot of people counting y'all out, but we'll scratch your back. Just scratch ours. You feel what I'm saying? Take care of the Chiefs. Make them 0-3. We're going to feel lovely. That's another thing. Look at it. It's damn near a 3-way tie in the division, bro. We win the game. It's 2-1 for 3 teams. Chiefs have an ability to be 0-3. So, gotta take care of that business, man. Gotta take care of that business. DJ says offense has to put up over 24 points. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 20 points ain't gonna get it done, bro. I want more. More than that. John Leon, our quarterback needs to start forcing throws, and OC needs to start running the ball. Yep. That's where we're at. That's exactly where I'm at. So that is the show, ladies and gents, man. I appreciate everybody that tapped in, man. It was a good one. Very good show. Again, hit that like button. First time here, man. And you just found the show. Hit that like button at the very least on your way in, on your way out. Hit the subscribe button. Feeling what you hear, right? And you want to join more of this Rundown content. Got more things for members. Blunts and Breakdowns is for members only now. So if you want even more Rundown content, more Raider content, become a member to the channel, man. Get you some Blunts and Breakdowns content. Also, we got some extra things in the works going in there as well. There will be a little portion. I'm trying to work on it where I'll do a members only live. And that's when, maybe we can all come on screen and do what we got to do and just chop it up. You know what I mean? So we got some things working on in the background for more members, man. So make sure you guys tap in with that. Appreciate everybody. As far as our regularly scheduled programming, we are, bro. I can smell it, man. I can smell it. We close to the 3K. Again, man, season 3, man, 3K, man. We're close. So make sure you guys hit the sub button, share this thing out, get some more people to join the family here, man. Monday. Monday. We're going to be doing a review show again. So make sure y'all already know the deal, man. We're doing a review of the game on Sunday. Tap in. Fridays, blunts and breakdowns for all my members. And Saturday's Good Morning Raiders. We got Murph for Saturday. So that's gonna be dope, man. I'm excited to talk to Murph, have a conversation with him. So that's gonna be dope. Other than that, I feel like we good. Sun done woke back up, so it's time for me to do the dad thing. So I'm right on time. Look at that, it's beautiful. So appreciate everybody. Y'all already know what I say every time we get ready to get on out of here with a show. Make sure you guys tap in with my guy Mike, Blunts and Breakdowns. Tap in with Raiders Connection after this. But I say it every time, man. We keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground on the Raider Rundown. I'm going to see y'all on Saturday for all the members. I'll see y'all on Friday. Till then, y'all be safe. Much love. Peace.